While 2016 may have been the year of Portugal, it was also the year of Renato Sanches. The young midfielder, 18 at the time, had the world at his feet. Portugal were never expected to go all the way in the Euros, and even if some people did hope against hope, they never expected Fernando Santos to rely upon the services of an 18-year-old to get the job done. By the end of the tournament, Sanches had broken 2 records. Hello everyone, welcome to yet another exciting episode of All Things Football here on GOALSIDE. You know what's good for you, so make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button as well. Let your neighbours know, let your friends know what most of us already know. GOALSIDE is on the rise and is set to become one of the prime sources for everything related to the beautiful game. So then, let's begin. Breaking record after record. Fernando Santos decided to hand Sanches his first start for Portugal in the quarter-final clash with Poland. This happened after the player had only recently completed a big money move to the Bundesliga giants, Bayern Munich. And the teenager didn't disappoint. First, he broke his captain Cristiano Ronaldo's record as the youngest player to start for the team at a major tournament, and then he scored an equaliser which made him the youngest ever scorer in a knockout game at any European Championship. A couple of games later, Sanches would go on to break another of Ronaldo's records when he became the youngest player ever to feature in a European Championship final. After starting out as a substitute in the first 4 games, Sanchez's influence was growing, and after another scintillating display in the 1-0 win over France in the final, it became clear that we were witnessing the rise of an immensely talented player. Following such commanding displays for somebody so young, Sanches was awarded the UEFA Young Player of the tournament ahead of Kingsley Coman and Rafael Guerreiro. Humble beginnings. But it wasn't always easy for Sanches. The youngster grew up in a troubled Lisbon neighbourhood. In 2014, he was playing for one of Benfica's junior sides against Sporting Lisbon. No one knew that he would be signing for one of the biggest sides in Europe 2 years later. Apparently, Benfica only had to pay €750 for Sanches and also provided Sanchez's local club, Aguias, 25 footballs. Bayern paid the Eagles an initial €35 million. Sanches was so good at the start of his Portugal career that fans and directors of rival clubs started questioning his age. The youngster had broken into Benfica's first team in 2015, and a month later he was starting for them in Champions League games. Even as a teenager, Sanches showed a lot of determination to be more than just another number on the pitch. Unlike most teens who would try not to be too demanding on the pitch, he expected to have the ball at his feet and would make driving runs into the heart of enemy territory without any fear. Even during his early days at Benfica, it would be normal for the youngster to run with the ball for 20 to 30 metres with great skill and stamina. Before the triumphant Euro 2016 campaign, Sanches had played sufficient games for his club, but not enough to warrant a place in the starting 11. Santos also knew the sort of talent that he had on his hands, but resisted the urge to give him so much responsibility at a tender age. Eventually, he would start playing a starring role in the final against France as Portugal went on to lift the European Championship for the first time ever. The downfall begins. The move to Bayern Munich was supposed to take the youngster's development to another level. Here he was playing alongside the likes of Robert Lewandowski, Franck Ribéry, Thomas Müller and others. It was supposed to be easy as well. The move to the Allianz Arena represented a major coup for the Germans, since the teenager was also linked with several other members of Europe's elite. The Germans were willing to make Sanches the most valuable transfer in Portuguese history. We all thought that Bayern had pulled off a heist when the teenager went supernova at the Euros. The Bavarians had so much belief in the player's ability that they were even willing to pay a few million more to Benfica if Sanches won the World Player of the Year award in 2021. Unfortunately, he never reached those dizzying heights and made only 53 appearances for the club. By that time, he'd lost his place in the team, lost his way, and was going through a bit of an identity crisis. According to Nuno Gomes, Sanches was expected to perform well in Germany. Sadly though, he struggled to put on any consistency in his displays while playing for a side that prioritised winning above anything else. There were a handful of games where he shone, but overall the Sanches to Munich experiment had failed. Moving to England and watching it rain. A loan move to Swansea City was expected to help rejuvenate Portugal's once great hope. However, the youngster's most memorable contribution for the Swans was not the most flattering one. It came during a visit to Chelsea. Wearing the red third jersey of Swansea City, Sanches picked up the ball and looked to his left, scanning for a teammate to pass the ball to. As he got ready to make the pass, the electronic advertising boards running across the perimeter of the field changed to the red logo of an energy drink brand. Instead of passing to a teammate, Sanches passed the ball to the advertising board. In hindsight, it was a perfectly weighted pass. That spell was a comic tragedy in a nutshell. From emerging as Europe's next sensation, the youngster had become the butt of all jokes. In an article for the Players' Tribune, Sanches admitted that he struggled with an injury during his time in Wales and was then confined to sitting alone in an apartment in Swansea watching it rain all day. Upon his return to Bayern, Sanches never got a fresh start under Niko Kovac before openly stating his desire to leave Bayern for good. A sabbatical in France. Even though he went through a lot since moving to Germany, the ability that marked him out for greatness was always there. It wasn't an illusion, it was just there, lying dormant, waiting to be nurtured. And since moving to Lille, far away from the bright lights of Europe's elite, Sanches has slowly started rebuilding himself, both as a professional and an individual. A few months after his arrival, Lille manager Christophe Galtier told the youngster that he would be wondering if this was the right choice or not before telling Sanches to relax a little and stop being so impatient. The change of scenery worked wonders. The midfielder started getting more minutes on the right of midfield and emerged as one of the driving forces for his team as they mounted an unexpected but triumphant Ligue 1 title assault. His performances over the last 12 months earned him a route back to the national team. Things are slowly coming full circle, and it wouldn't be wrong to assume that Sanchez's story is only just starting. Playing at Lille, who are traditionally good at dealing with young players, allowed Sanches the time he needed to flourish. And with Portugal teammate José Fonte as the club captain, Sanches had someone he could talk to. He no longer felt isolated away from the pitch. This was something that he didn't have during his time at Bayern Munich and Swansea. Rolling over the ball with the sole of his foot and surging forward from deep inside his own half, he was back in his element. Not only that, but he showed a lot of willingness to play in different positions and even played out wide when needed. But in all fairness, he has truly shone as a box-to-box midfielder, and we saw glimpses of his ability in the 4-2 loss to Germany. Sanches is a complete athlete, and his versatility has been immense for Lille. His strength, stamina, speed, and ability on the ball makes him one of the most important players in the Portuguese lineup. Of course, the youngster has had it rough in the past, but thankfully, he's now coming into his own. A glimpse into the future. Following some strong displays for club and country over the last few months, Sanches is now slowly getting back to his old self. Therefore, it's understandable that plenty of top clubs are eager to snap him up. Liverpool have been linked with the youngster for quite a while, and Wolverhampton Wanderers are in the mix as well. There's also interest from Serie A clubs, which means that Lille might find it hard to hold on to one of their most important players. It's a testament to the player's character as well as his ability that he's managed to find a way back, and perhaps also underlines why it's so important to be patient with young players both on and off the field. Sometimes footballers and those around them don't always choose the best option, former Portugal teammate Silva reflects. But Renato is showing all his quality again now. He had an unhappy time at Bayern and needed to start playing regularly again. Now he has found a new project and seems to have rediscovered his sense of joy on the pitch. Whatever the future holds for him, we're certain that Sanches is back to his best. Bayern were even willing to throw in a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract. And if it actually happens, the Germans might be regretting their decision to constrict a player who shines when he is allowed the freedom to do so.